Good evening and welcome to this edition of Newsleader on 6. Today is Tuesday, July 5th, 2011. I'm Jim Fuller. In tonight's news, tough economic times force cutbacks at the county mayor's office. County commissioners are seriously considering a wheel tax. A Tullahoma High School senior wins a national award and thousands turn out for the Tullahoma Kiwanis Club's 4th of July celebration. We'll have these stories and more on tonight's Newsleader on 6.
Announcing a huge real estate auction in Tullahoma, Tennessee to settle the estate of Toby Fanning Sr. 9 single-family homes, 1 duplex, 2 5-unit apartment buildings, 1 20,000-foot industrial building on 3.8 acres, all selling on Saturday, July 23rd at 10 a.m. on the site of the warehouse building, which is located at 960 South Anderson Street in Tullahoma, Tennessee. These are all excellent income properties. Almost all of them have central heat and air that was recently installed. Almost all the residences come with a stove and refrigerator. The properties are all well located and are in good condition. Some have tenants that have lived in the same unit for up to 17 years. The 2 5-unit apartment buildings are located next to each other. They are 1 and 2 bedroom units in really good condition. The industrial building has 4 long-term tenants. It is a good building in an excellent location. It is partially fenced and has a total of 3.87 acres. It's been a long time since so many excellent income properties have been offered at auction in Tullahoma. Call Harold Seagroves at 931-684-5605 for more details and make an appointment to look at these properties.
We're losing it, Doctor.
Not on my shift. Quickly, brush. Roller.
What a transformation!
It's gonna be okay.
Okay, nothing.
At Paintworks of Tullahoma, we specialize in domestic emergencies with Martin Senior Paints. You can be the paint doctor too when you treat your home with Martin Senior interior and exterior finishes.
Doctor, we've got another one.
Got you covered.
Paintworks of Tullahoma. Come see the paint doctor, Stat.
He proudly served his country in World War II, flying over 200 missions with the heroic Tuskegee Airmen. He was hired by the FAA as the first black pilot and inspector. He retired a major after 46 years of government service. In 2007, surrounded by his fellow Tuskegee Airmen, he was awarded the Congressional Gold Medal in Washington, D.C. Meet John Briggs. Real people, real heroes. Life Care Centers of America.
Welcome back. Margaret Cunningham, project manager with the office of Coffee County Mayor David Pennington, will be laid off from the office effective August 1st. In addition to the many other vacancies, Cunningham's departure will leave is the local coordinator for the Imagination Library program. Cunningham said the Imagination Library, which serves 65% of the children in Coffee County under the age of 5, by providing them with books in association with the governor's Books from Birth program, should continue after she leaves, depending on the success of program officials in working with local efforts to keep it going. Cunningham said, quote, "We need a new coordinator, someone to take over fundraising efforts and coordinating the Imagination Library Board," end quote. Due to the county's budget restraints, coordinating the program will no longer be done from the county mayor's office. Tullahoma Mayor Troy Bisbee has offered his efforts to assist with the program during the transitional time, and Debbie Graham with the City of Tullahoma will be acting as interim coordinator until a permanent one can be found. The Budget and Finance Committee of the Coffee County Commission unanimously approved a motion last Thursday directing the county mayor to draft a resolution for a wheel tax that could potentially be levied on all vehicles registered in the county. The motion specifically directs Mayor Pennington to prepare a wheel tax resolution to present to the committee by next Tuesday when the committee has its next meeting. The concept of levying a wheel tax as a way of broadening the county's revenue base has been discussed before by the committee, but Thursday's actions is the first formal action toward that end. Some on the commission have indicated they could support a wheel tax to provide some relief for property taxpayers, while others have voiced opposition to the move. With an 8% deficit looming for the 2011-2012 county budget without new revenues equal to that raised by adding 23 cents on the property tax rate, committee members said they wanted to present fellow commissioners with alternatives to a property tax increase. The actual amount of the wheel tax and the specific purpose for which it would be levied have yet to be determined, but the committee wants to be able to present the resolution to the full commission when it meets on July 12th. To become law, a wheel tax resolution would have to be passed by the full county commission on a 2/3 majority vote at 2 consecutive meetings. The commission is scheduled to meet July 26 to adopt a budget and set a tax levy for the coming fiscal year. Commissioner Rush Bricken, chairman of the Budget Committee, called on the committee to propose a $25 wheel tax to propose to the commission. Bricken said he did not support a wheel tax higher than $50. Committee member Bobby Bryan said that given the current state of the economy, he would feel uncomfortable with an amount higher than $25. Katie Brock, a Tullahoma High School senior, was named the Distinguished Young Woman of America for 2011 and presented with a cash scholarship of $40,000 at the conclusion of the Distinguished Young Women's National Finals in Mobile, Alabama on June 25th. Katie earned preliminary competition awards in the talent, fitness, self-expression, and interview categories, which resulted in $4,000 in additional cash scholarships. Brock amassed a total of $51,200 in scholarships through her participation in the Distinguished Young Women's Program at the local, state, and national levels. In addition to serving as the national representative of Distinguished Young Women for the next year, Brock will attend the University of Tennessee, Knoxville, and pursue undergraduate studies in international studies. Katie is the daughter of Don and Judge Tim Brock of Tullahoma. And we'll be right back in a moment with more Newsleader on 6.
Hi, I'm Lori Thompson.
And I'm Mike Thompson, and Lori and I have bought the dealership back on Highway 55, Thompson Ford, Tullahoma, Tennessee. It's back, it's wide open for business, and ready to serve you guys in the community.
And we want to thank you for allowing us to raise our children here. We've been here almost 15 years.
We want to thank the community. Without you guys, we couldn't have done it. We know it was your support that allowed us to achieve this dream. Come be a part of the dream, something special. Come see us at Thompson Ford. Ask for Mike or Lori.
Citizens Tri-County Bank has offices in Tullahoma. And for your banking convenience, offices all across this region. At Citizens Tri-County Bank, we listen when you tell us what you want in banking. So at our beautiful new Tullahoma downtown office at 201 North Jackson Street, enjoy the kids' playroom, home-like fireplace sitting area, drive-up 24/7 ATM, ample parking, and lighted and camera-monitored drive-thrus. Citizens Tri-County Bank, the only community bank you'll ever need.
Our office used to look like this, but now with my paper-free office from R.J. Young, it's easy. We've made all of our files electronic and stored them in our virtual filing cabinet, which gave us tons of space. And Bob here, a big promotion. Melissa can pull files in minutes and spends hours on Facebook. And Kyle's confidential files stay confidential.
We're not totally paper-free, right?
My paper-free office from R.J. Young. It's that easy.
Welcome back. The Tullahoma Kiwanis Club held its annual 4th of July celebration last Friday at the Tullahoma Regional Airport. Officials took this opportunity to honor some of Tullahoma's World War II veterans. John Gray brings us this video.
World War II veterans. You know, at the end of World War II, we had 16 million veterans come home. But since that time, we only have a little less than 2 million left. We're losing around 900 every day, and we're very privileged to honor some of these individuals in our midst. To give certificates of appreciation for the service to their country is Bill Gantz. First, to United States Army Captain Roy Brewster Jr. Let's hear it for him. Army Air Corps Chief Master Sergeant Charles E. Fryer. United States Navy Quartermaster, 2nd Class, O.B. Wilkinson, Jr. Army Air Corps Staff Sergeant Bill N. McDermott. Army Air Corps Staff Sergeant Henry S. Wheeler, Jr. Army Air Corps Sergeant Jess A. Dykes. United States Army Sergeant Doyle E. Phelps. United States Navy radio man and a Tullahoma legend, 3rd Class Robert L. Couch, Jr. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Let's hear once again for these proud Americans who risked their lives so that we may be free.
I'm good.
What a great group.
You've been busy.
This is what we do this for, folks. To honor these kind of fellows. This is backstage, and these are a lot of the World War II vets who are here to be recognized and appreciated for their service in the Great War.
I had the chance to speak with one of the pilots of an aircraft which was part of the static displays on hand for the air shows. Here's that video. Ladies and gentlemen, we're here at the air show today at the Tullahoma Regional Airport. I'm talking to Lieutenant Commander John Gregory. John, tell us a little bit about this aircraft behind us here.
Yeah, this aircraft's a T-34 Mentor, and it's coming from Pensacola, Florida. And we've got two of them today. We got one that's painted up like a Marine Corps, original BT-2 colors, and one that symbolizes kind of the U.S. Coast Guard back in World War II.
Okay.
So they've got a scheme, a paint scheme that they used to have in the U.S. Coast Guard back in the day, and same thing in the Marine Corps. It's kind of like a Vindicator scheme that they train Marines with. And so from Pensacola, we've got a bunch of T-34s. These are T-34s.
Right.
But they kind of commemorate the 100-year anniversary of the Navy. They basically painted them up like this so that they can show what it used to be.
In their day, what were they primarily used for?
These? These actually are used today to train students. Because we still use. But they're painted like the old ones.
I see, okay.
So we actually took 2 students from Pensacola yesterday.
Right.
Gave them 3 flights, trained them up, and we're going to go back tomorrow and train them on 3Xs going back, and they'll be, hopefully, if they do good, they'll be pilots in about 6 months.
Unbelievable. And you actually flew this aircraft in here,
Yes.
is that correct?
Yes.
And how long does it take to fly here from Pensacola?
If we flew straight, it would take about 2 hours, 2.5 hours.
Right.
But we break it up based on the students' training program.
Okay.
So what we usually do is we, again, depending upon what type of training they need, we'll break it up in 2 or 3 legs and stop at Tuscaloosa or stop at a little bit south of Tuscaloosa. And we'll break it up so we can get some time to eat and stuff like that. But it'll take a long time if they got to do all the training in 2.5 hours. So we kind of break it up.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, it's awful nice to have them here in Tullahoma, and I guess right now you just got them on display or something.
We do.
Can have a look at them, right?
We do. We'd like to fly in them and take people in them, but I don't know how to do that today. So we'd love to do that, but we can't.
I understand that. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much for talking with us.
Okay, you're welcome.
We'll be right back after these messages.